Hello friends, this is the video 2 of this series where I am going to talk about slide transition. In the previous video I had talked about page routing. In order to understand the slide transition or apply the slide transition always, you need to understand this page routing first. And if you remember, in the previous video I had created two pages. First one was home page and second one was dashboard page. So I will create the same page in this video also. So instead of writing code again, I will just copy the code from the GitHub. Like here you can see that I am having the code, and I will put the link of this link in the description, or you can see here, and you can get the code from here also. So in the previous video I was not following any file structure, but in this video I am going to just follow a simple file structure. I will keep all my pages inside the pages and other thing inside the utils. So the first page will be home page, yeah, import material, and yeah, this one is fine. So I'm going to create the new page which was dashboard, import material. Now it's fine. So this page is fine. You can see this one. So in this video I'm not going to use this name route because we need to define the name route in the material. So I don't want to define the name route always. So instead of this I am going to use the simple one. This one is a little bit complex, but it looks simpler to me. So import the dashboard. So now here is no error. So let's come to the main and import the home page here. So Flutter pages, home page. So now this one is fine, and now we can run this app. Let's stop this and run this. So now what I am going to do, I am going to just create one more package which will be utils, and inside the utils I will create all kind of, not all kind of, whichever transition I am going to show you in this playlist. I will just create all that transition inside the util file, and after every video I will update the code on GitHub repo so that you can easily get all the transition in a single repository. So this video is about the slide transition, so I am naming it as a my slide. So let's see the emulator, that how it is working. So if you click on this move to the page 2, this one is working fine, and I am going to change the property of transition. So in the previous video I told you that this material page route is responsible for the kind of transition which you are seeing. So in this video I am going to just extend this material page route, and I will just change some property in this material page route, and we will see the slide animation. And material page route is a combination of slide and opacity animation, but we want only slide animation, so we can easily do that. Class and my slide extends material page route, my slide widget builder and router setting. Router settings, and that will be settings. And let's initialize our parent class. So super, and builder will be going to builder, and setting will be going to settings. So now I think the code is visible clearly. So let's put the semicolon and remove the error. Yeah, now it's fine. So in order to change the kind of transition, we are going to just override a method which is build transition. Yeah, so here we are going to write our own transition which will just slide our page from left to right or from any direction. So just comment this one and come to this point. So we are just going to return slide transition. For slide transition there is a slide transition available. So position, in the place of position you can see here it is asking for the animation offset. So let's create that. animation offset, and let's name it as a custom, and tween. So what is this tween? Let me make you understand that what is this tween. It is polarity across a range. Generally we use this tween to modify this animation object. Yeah, tween is used to modify this animation object. On any tween object we just call a method called animate. And there is one more thing, which is offset. It is an immutable 2D floating point, and it just represent a point in a Cartesian space. Let's see the example, that will make much more sense. So let's make it 0 comma 0 and 1 comma 0. Yeah, so you got that this one is 0 comma 0 is x and that one is y. So end. So this start is that from where we are starting our screen, and the end is from where we are ending our transition. So animate this, and animation, this is our. So now this one is fine. So let's name it as a custom. So we change the position as custom. So we can change the position, like if we want our page to come from the left or right, we can change this by via custom. And let's give the child, like we want this child to be animated. So now this one is fine, and now what I'm going to do is that just I'm going to apply my slide. So let's import it. Import Flutter utils my slide, and now we are not getting any error. So this one is fine. So let's hot reload it and let's try it. I think it is, yeah. Why this one? Let's restart it. I think this one is not working now. Why this is happening? I think we need to restart. I think there is some issue that this is not working, but no problem. It's better for someone like seeing the error while coding, because whenever you see the error, you think that everybody gets the error. This is not common for you or someone specific, that I only get error, I cannot write code at once. So this was not a code error. I don't think that there is any syntax or logical or any error in my code. So let's wait for a time. Yeah, so move. Okay, this one is fine. Actually, that was fine earlier, because I made it like that, and this should be slide from bottom to the top. So if you remember this x and y axis, so this vertical is y axis and horizontal is x axis. So I made this vertical as a 1. So 1 is for bottom and -1 is for the top. Suppose that if I make it as a -1, and if I hot reload it, it will slide the page from top to the screen. So let's try. So you can see that actually earlier it was fine. I was a little bit confused because of this property. So this is fine. So if you want to slide from the right, you need to change this x-axis. So let's make it 1. So 1 means that right side of x. I need to hot reload. Yeah, you can see that it is coming from right and going to right. This one is fine now. Yeah, so if you want to bring it from the left, just make it -1. Yeah, and this is the end. You need not to change it. Suppose that if you change it as a 0.5, you will see that the animation will end at some other place. Yeah, can you see? This is at the 0.5 of our screen, like 50% of our screen. So we always want that the animation should end at the 0 comma 0. It means that whenever it comes to our screen. So I think that you got the idea that how you can use this one. And yeah, you can use a combination also, like you can use 1 and 1, combination of x and y. So it will come, you can see that it is coming from the right bottom. Yeah, so you can bring it from the top also, like making the y as a negative. You can see here there is one more way to do it, because here I think that from here we cannot have more control over it, like we cannot change this duration. Maybe we can change it, but I don't know that if we can change it or not, because I have not find any way to changing the duration from this point. But I am going to show you the different way from where you can change the duration also. But this was the simpler way, and that's why you should try this, because there is no need to change the duration, because the default duration is finite. If you want to modify, or if you want to learn more, you can just continue from here. So let's comment this and let's write again class my slide. So, no need to comment. Let's name it my slide. Yeah, my slide duration. So in this case we are not going to use this material page out, because material page out is not having very much access to the because I don't know that using this material page route if we can change the duration or not. But I know a different way of changing it, which is page route builder. Using the page route builder we can have a different duration also. So as usual we will make this my slide duration constructor, and inside the constructor there will be, in this case we are not going to use this builder. Instead of that we will use this, we will just take the widget as an argument. So uh, let's make it widget and let's name it anything, you can name it. Yeah, so this one is fine. We take the widget as a argument, and after that as usual we are just going to use our parent constructor, and in this case we need not to override any method. We can just do this by via just overriding, not overriding, just by initializing our parent constructor. Yeah, so there are lots of property inside this. So the first property which I am going to start with is animate two things, like I think, yeah, let me see, page builder. Yeah, so the first property is page builder. So there is one thing, like if you right click if you, yeah, if you press control and click on this page builder, you will see that what kind of argument or what kind of function it wants. So I'm just going to click on this. So here you can see the page builder. So just click on this one. So here you can see that it is looking for a function with a builder context, animation, and a secondary animation. So instead of writing that, just I am going to copy this from here. So this is how we explore anything, like we can go to the source code and look that how actually it is working. Yeah, so this one is page builder, and there is one more thing which is uh, I think transition builder. Yeah, transition builder, and here also we are just going to pass the same thing, but here we need to pass one more thing, and that is you transition builder. Let's come to the transition builder. Transition builder, transition builder. Okay, here you can see that it is also looking for a child widget. Yeah, so let's paste it. So now this one is fine. Yeah, so you can see that we are having two things. First one is transition builder and second one is page builder. So the page builder is having a context and animation, secondary animation, that's it. But in the case of transition builder we are having one more thing, which is widget. So this is that widget which we are going to use in this transition builder. So we are going to play with this transition. So we are going to write our code here, not here. So page builder is before the transition builder, the page builder works like it makes a complete page, and transition is used whenever we just apply the route. So this one is a little bit different, so we need not to go deeper into it. We just need to return here. In this page builder we are just going to return this complete widget. Yeah, now found. So in the transition builder we are just going to have a transition for the widget. So if you remember from the previous video, there was having a slide transition, and in this video also I am going to use this slide transition. So let's write this slide transition return, or else we can just copy the code from the previous one also, like this one. Let's see if it works or not. Yeah, so I think this one is fine, and I'm just going to update my code. So this is our home page, and the name of our class is my slide duration. Just paste it here, and in this route routes route 2. Yeah, so my slide duration, and here we have to pass widget. We don't have to pass this builder here, so this one is fine. And router 2. Yeah, so let's try and see if it works correctly or not. Just save it, means hot reload. So click on this one. Yeah, this one is working fine. If we modify this from here something else, it should come from bottom right. Yeah, this one is working fine. So in this video, not in this video. So now I am going to just modify the transition. So let's see that if there is anything like, no, here is nothing. So using this slide transition we cannot have some different kind of timing, but inside the super, like inside the page router builder, there is a property by using we can have some different time. So let's see that property. What is that property? So transition duration, here you can see that transition duration. So let's put some time like duration, and put second of, I think 5 is very much, and we can easily visualize this time. So I just formatted this code by pressing this alt control and L. Yeah, so let's run this. Yeah, you can see that it is taking 5 seconds in coming to our screen, and it will take exactly 5 seconds to go out from our screen. So this is how it works, and I think that I need not to make you more understand about this. You can play with this one by using this offset